What's going on, you beautiful people? So in this video, I want to talk about something with you guys that you're probably thinking about because it's something that we all kind of deal with. But how do we maintain our peace, calm, joy, happiness in situations that make us kind of uncomfortable? So in this video, we're going to talk about how we can bring God into these situations. I've talked about it before, but I really want to share this story about something like a way that I really saw it actually freaking work for me and how I know it's so damn powerful. And to share that with you guys so that you can use it in your own way, in your own whatever situation you're dealing with that makes you kind of uncomfortable. So a lot of times when we're feeling that uncomfortability, like we may be close to God, we may know God, and we may feel good when we're reading our Bible, when we're at home, when we're doing our thing, when we're chilling. But then we all of a sudden go outside and we got to go somewhere, or it's just like a place that maybe the stakes are kind of high. We got to perform something. I don't know what it might be for you, but that's when the situation gets a little bit like it's hard to remember the light of Christ. It's hard to maintain that peace, the joy, the happiness, and all that stuff. And I've really started to dive into how I can like help with that, because for myself, sometimes I'll go out to a social situation and I'll feel anxious, I'll feel nervous, I'll feel all this stuff, and I would feel like that peace wasn't there. And sometimes it will prevent me from actually going out to do that, and I did not like that at all. And I think a lot of us don't really like that. We don't like that we're being stopped, that maybe we could shine our light there, but it's like the nerves and the anxiety and that stuff is getting to us. So for myself, what I started doing is visualizing. And what I mean by visualizing is just like kind of like what Michael Phelps does or Steph Curry does, where it's like you're practicing a rep in your head and you're actually trying to feel how you're going to feel in that situation. So Michael Phelps goes, and in his mind, he said he would practice this all the time. In his mind, he would practice being at the Olympics. He would practice being at the Olympics, practicing like seeing the pool, seeing the crowd, seeing everybody behind him, all that great stuff. And he would feel the nerves, feel the anxiety. And then he would allow himself to try to ground himself in that moment over and over and over again. He would imagine all the things that could go wrong and imagine himself still being centered despite that. So anytime he went into the pool, the actual pool, he was already super prepared and he was already able to handle that stuff. So for ourselves, we could do the exact same thing, man. We could do the exact same thing. And what we could do is basically that situation that makes you feel uncomfortable, visualize yourself how you're going to feel in that moment, which is probably going to be a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous. Maybe you're going to be worried about a little bit self-conscious, whatever it might be, man. So for myself, I had been doing that for a little bit for this thing that I had coming up that I really just wanted to enjoy. I didn't want to be nervous. I didn't want to be anxious. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna ground myself. I'm gonna ground myself, and I'm gonna try to practice to see how this works for this. And when that event comes, we're really going to see it there. So I was imagining myself, and I could feel the feelings, and like there was things that I would like try to imagine the worst case scenario. Like let's say I just went up in there and everything went wrong. Like nobody liked it. Like everybody's just like judging, whatever you want to say, whatever it feels like the worst thing that can happen to you. Maybe you look stupid that day. How are you going to maintain your peace? And that's always been hard for me. So I decided to do that, and I decided like, okay, I'm going to imagine myself. I'm in the bathtub doing this over and over, just like imagining myself. And I could feel the feelings. And then what I would do is ground myself in the Word of God, like certain things, like trusting that I can handle all things through Christ who strengthens me. Like I'm going to be okay no matter what happens. Not needing a specific outcome, because I know God is going to like work all things for good for those who love Him. And just being in the presence of the Lord. Like all that stuff is just something that can really ground me. It doesn't have to be that for you, but just certain verses that help me ground myself in getting outside of the outcome, just trusting that God's going to be all right, trusting that I don't need the approval of nobody, nothing like that. And I think it really, in that moment when I was sitting there and I was visualizing it, I could really just feel like the nerves start to go away because I was able to ground myself. I could feel the nerves were coming up, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to handle that. And I was like, that's going to be kind of tough for this specific thing if that goes wrong. But then all of a sudden I was able to ground myself. I was able to go back to being like, okay, I feel better. I feel good. I feel all right. But I was really wanting to see, is this going to work when I actually go to that event? And a couple of days ago, I went to the event. I went over there, had a great time. But not just had a great time, man. I felt like I was literally just like at full peace. Going over there, having fun, like doing my thing. Just being able to not focus on myself, focus on other people, and do that. And I've like created this whole thing for being able to do that, and it allowed me like to practice stuff without even actually having to be in the moment, so that when I'm in the moment, it already felt like, oh my gosh, like I've already done this a whole bunch of times. Now I can just enjoy the moment. Now I can just be here with these people, have a great time, man. And that was something powerful for me, because it really showed me that if that does work, and it does like actually, it's worth the practice. Sometimes you'll go into visualization and you're like, oh, is that actually practice? Is it actually worth it? But it's something that can be powerful for bringing God's presence into your everyday life. Maybe you have somebody in your life that really freaking upsets you and annoys you, and in the moment you have so many emotions, it's freaking hard to actually stay at peace. If you can visualize this, if you can actually be able to see yourself feeling those emotions and then seeing and trying stuff out that can help ground you and calm you, it's a completely different ball game because you can practice it without having to be in that moment. Anytime you want, you can just open your eyes and be like, okay, I need a little break. But this was something super powerful for me, and I know it will be for you guys because it's something I'm going to continue to use. I just seen how powerful it really is, and I know if you guys are in a situation where you're feeling nerves, you're feeling anxiety, you're feeling anything like that, it's preventing you from actually going anywhere. It's preventing you from doing great things out there in the world. I hope that you're able to use this method so that you can start to get away from that and start to take it off of you. Start to really just remove it completely. I love you guys. I know you are going to do great things out there, and I hope that you are able to prevent the negativity that your mind starts to go to, the anxiety, all that stuff, because it's going to stop you from being your best self. It's going to stop you. It's going to make you think about yourself too much instead of thinking about what you can give others. And I know you guys can give great things to other people. I love y'all. Hope you're having an amazing one. Peace.